True Story Tuesday, 2007 action drama Stuck. This tells the true story of the death of Gregory Biggs by Chante Mallard. Buckle up, y'all. This finna be good. Meet Chante Mallard. Chante was a 25-year-old nursing aide from Fort Worth, Texas. On October the 25th, 2021, Chante was out having fun with coworkers and friends at a restaurant, out partying, drinking, smoking, and doing just a little fun time. I guess drugs were involved. So after a good night of partying around by 3 a.m., Chante decided to drive home under the influence. And while she was driving, she hit a man on the highway. That man's name was Gregory Biggs. He was a homeless man. Now, the force was so strong on Gregory with the hit that it lodged Gregory's body through the windshield and he became stuck, hence the title. Now, what y'all think old Chante did over here? If you guess that she got out and tried to see what was wrong, you are wrong. Chante kept on driving. Driving while the man was stuck lodged into her windshield. Talking to her, begging her for help, begging her to stop, begging her to do something. And she did do something. She drove home. Now, I remember watching this movie a couple of years ago. I did not know this was a true story until I ran across it on social media somewhere else. And I'm like, oh, okay, great movie, great story. Let's get back to it. Now, old Gregory here, he's stuck inside of Chante's windshield, inside her garage, hidden, while he's begging for his life. She done went home and act like everything was normal. But that's what the kicker right here with old Chante. Chante was sitting up here, going out to her garage, y'all, checking up on Greg, trying to see was he still okay. Say what now? Instead of Chante calling the police, I know she probably was scared, y'all. I understand. She was scared. She knew she had did something wrong. But she left that man hanging in that windshield. And the impact was so strong that he was just stuck there. Either way, if he did try to get out on his own or she helped, he would have ripped his belly off. I remember seeing the drastic of this. This was like crazy when I seen just the movie, not knowing that this was a true story. It was so deranged on how the woman was constantly going out there checking to see if he was still alive instead of asking for any kind of help. And Gregory, he was just begging. He was, please, please, please. He was asking for any kind of help. And y'all, what do y'all think really was wrong with Chante? Besides being high off of weed, lean, and a little bit of ecstasy, she was taking poor Greg through it. Now, after hours and hours of just sitting there being watched to death, literally watched to death, Gregory eventually died inside the windshield because he bled out. So the next day over here, Miss Chante then called up one of her ex-boyfriends, Mr. Cleet Jackson, to help her get rid of the body, right? Then Cleet called one of his cousins named Herbert Cleveland to help her get rid of the body. And they decided that they was going to get rid of the body after dark. So once nighttime hit, okay, the trio went on out into the city and took Gregory's body and set it at a park, like, something else could have just happened to him, just creating some type of diversion for themselves. And then they tried to go and burn the vehicle. Now, I'm not sure if this is the exact vehicle, y'all, so don't beat me, but I'm just trying to give you some type of effect. Because they wanted to get rid of any kind of evidence that there was a hit and run. Ay, ay, ay. So on October the 27th, Gregory's body was discovered at the park in Fort Worth, Texas. And when they found him, he was missing his shoes and socks. And the police said that his injuries was relevant to a hit and run. They also saw where there was no blood at the body, so they knew that he did not pass there and that he had been moved in between crime scenes. So when they performed the autopsy on Gregory, they found out that Gregory actually was alive for hours, which we knew because, Miss Chante watching him in her garage, right? And it's also saying where he was losing a lot of blood because his left leg was almost amputated from the hit and run. So the police had no clue of who could have done this until they received a tip from a woman about 4 months later. Now, the woman contacted the police, letting them know that they was at a party and they was having fun. Chante was there and they was talking about who was going to be the designated driver going home. And it said that Chante made the joke, he, that it's not going to be me because I hit this white guy. Yep, that white guy right there. So immediately a search warrant was issued for Chante's home, and when they got there, the police found all kind of evidence that actually linked her to the crime. And also Chante just broke down and confessed everything as well. They found evidence in her home. They found the burnt vehicle inside her garage. They saw the missing seats in her backyard. They saw a pool of blood inside the garage and just stains over the floorboards of the vehicle and a little bit on her house. You're a little sloppy, Shanti. You're a little sloppy. So she initially was charged with failure to stop and render aid. But after Gregory autopsy came back, it showed that she was later upgraded to a murder charge and tampering with evidence. As she should. And the two guys, Cleet and Herbert, that was helping her as well, they was also charged with tampering evidence. Now, in court, the medical examiner said that, Chantel continuing to drive is what actually agitated, irritated Gregory's injuries even further. And as I said, that if she even tried to pull him out, that was actually going to worsen the situation. But there was something that could have been done to help him. But her leaving him to die in her garage, is just what really killed him. But in 2002, Chante was found guilty of the murders and sentenced to 50 years in Texas prison. She will be eligible for parole in 2027. It was reported in court that Chante did apologize, crying and sobbing to the family, saying that she didn't mean to do it. That her lawyer even stated that she wasn't a monster, she was just afraid. But what do you all think? Did somebody just really have to suffer like that? Like, it really wasn't a lot of remorse in that situation. In the end, I do feel like she was afraid of what could have happened, but the aftermath of what she did should have made her more afraid of knowing that she dismembered someone, got rid of them instead of trying to help them. In conclusion, she really just got herself stuck in the end.